All right, welcome into this week's Ozone podcast. I'm here with the guest that I know everybody's going to be excited about, Jaguars rookie wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. First of all, thanks for doing this, Brian.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
And let me ask you this. If people come up to you, do you want to be called Brian, BTJ, BT, BTJ7? What is it?
BT, BTJ, Brian, it don't matter. That's all good with me. I don't have like a specific thing.
You having fun with this? I mean, I know 0-2, but it just in the big picture, I think people from the outside look and say, man, this guy, what a life he must be living.
Yeah.
Sort of coming into his own in the NFL. Is it fun?
Yeah, for sure. This is what you dream of as a little kid. It's what I always been dreaming of being an NFL player. So, yeah, it's fun for me. Whether 0-2 or 2-0, I mean, I treat everything the same. Just want to keep going out there each and every game and giving it my all and just going out there playing hard, playing for my teammates.
Gotcha. Now, because you were quiet, a lot of people in training camp kept on asking teammates, describe this guy.
Yeah.
I'll get to that in a minute, but how would you describe yourself?
I would say I'm pretty cool. Once you get to know me, I open up more once I get to know people, talking to people. I mean, like I say, I mean, some people say quiet, but I feel like once I get to know people, I open up a lot more, start talking a lot more. My friends might tell you I'll never be quiet. Really chill, really chill dude. Like to be at home, play video games, chill out, be with my family, friends. Right. Yeah.
I remember in my first job, I'm 21. I didn't say anything for the first year. Yeah. So I assume there's a little bit of that too, right? Yeah. You come in and you're respecting people. This isn't your world yet, so maybe some of it's part of that, right?
Yeah, yes, sir. Just coming in, just getting to know how to just to learn the ropes of things. Just getting used to being up in here in the building, being around new people. Just learning how everybody does things, how everybody goes about things, and just trying to fill in off that.
Now, quiet does not necessarily mean lacking confidence. It seems, in retrospect, you always sort of knew that you belonged here. Am I reading that right? And when did you really sort of know?
I would say I really sort of knew.
Or maybe it's still going on.
Yeah. Probably like. I don't know if there was ever like a specific point. I just always had that confidence in my head, like this is where I should be, this is where I want to be. So I don't think I can say it was ever like a specific point in time where it was just like that.
Gotcha. Now, interesting. Right before we started, said you didn't play football as a freshman, so football kind of grew on you. When?
Actually.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I played football all my life. I started playing football when I was 5, going on 6. I played all the way up until my freshman year, and
I see.
Yeah. And then I didn't play my freshman year. I wanted to get stronger before just jumping to varsity and just going out there. So I got on the weights before my freshman year, and I ended up playing basketball too. Yeah, and I started back my sophomore year.
Now, I'm assuming when you're 6, you probably don't have a QB who can get you the ball. So always a receiver, or when did that kind of start?
Little league, I always played running back, and I played running back and linebacker in middle school.
Linebacker?
Yeah.
All right.
Middle school, I played running back. My 8th grade year is when I started playing like a little receiver and running back. And then when I got to high school, it was strictly wide receiver.
I got you.
Yeah.
Now, when did you sort of know, okay, because wide receiver these days is different than when I was growing up.
Yeah.
It's sort of a diva position, rock star position. When did you sort of feel like, okay, my future might be at this spot? I fit this. I can do this.
I really felt like it was like towards the end of my middle school.
Okay.
Because I was always kind of tall.
Okay.
I was like, I don't want to play running back if I'm gonna be like super tall or whatever. So I mean, I always loved being a receiver. I always liked receivers. Just growing up, that's all I used to watch is receivers. So I mean,
favorite one growing up while you're on the subject.
Favorite one growing up, Julio Jones.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of why I wore number 11 too in high school. Yeah.
I got you. Now I think it's safe to say, maybe not, but you're a different guy on the field than maybe you are walking around the locker room.
Yeah.
By design, or is there just something I'm assuming just competitive nature. When you're on the field, it's a different world, right?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's by design. It's just competing. It's just my competitive nature. When I'm going out there, I'm going up against the other team. It's just that fire burning inside of me, just wanting to dominate each and every play, and just going out there competing at the highest level. It just comes out.
And is it everybody's talked about, you had some words with Jalen, who people know around here. Has anybody outside, when they see you, mention that? Is that something people talk to you about? And just sort of take me through that. I'm assuming that was just a sort of a reaction.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's just always asking me what I say to them. I had a couple people outside of ask me what I say to them or whatever. But I mean, it was
on-field stuff.
Yeah, it's just competing. It wasn't nothing crazy. We just out there competing and was able to make a play. And just said a little something. But it wasn't crazy. It was just out there competing.
That's what players do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You have it in watching you. I didn't watch everything at LSU, but here you have a style that makes it look like what you're doing is easy. The way you play, the way you run. Does that sometimes make people misread you? Meaning, well, it's easy, so he's not working hard.
Mm-hmm.
Ever had any? I mean, not asking it very well, but does that cause people to not think you're working hard or not think you're playing hard?
Growing up, it did. People would always say I'm not running full speed because it doesn't look like I'm running full speed, but I'm like separating from people. But I mean, that's just how I run. I can't change that. It just looked like that. But I've always been a hard worker. I've always put in a lot of extra work and just do a lot of the little things just to get better each and every day. So. I mean, it has when I was younger.
Sure.
Yeah, it has when I was younger for sure, and even high school and a little bit in college. But just me paying attention to that, and hearing that, just trying to go out there and give it even more. Just give it even more, just to cut that out of the equation.
I got you.
Yeah.
So the draft comes around.
Mm-hmm.
There were analysts that said, "Hey, this guy can be a 1." And there were 3 receivers that went higher than you. But they said that outside of that group, you were the guy who had a chance to be a 1. Did being drafted 4th bother you? Does that motivate you? Was that a thing at all? Or what's the mindset with that?
I wouldn't say it bothered me because, I mean, I got drafted to a great place in Jacksonville. Sure. Happy to be here. But I definitely wouldn't say it bothered me. It motivated me a lot for sure. Just seeing 3 others get drafted before me, it motivated me a lot more. When I know I feel like I'm the best out of that whole.
Sure.
So I mean, it definitely motivated me for sure. I wouldn't say it bothered me though.
Is there how much pride do you take, or how much do you identify with being an LSU wide receiver?
Yeah.
It seems like that has become a thing. Miami linebackers used to have it. There's always groups of schools, but LSU wide receiver right now is about as, I guess, prestigious as it gets.
Yeah.
Is that a thing for you? Do you carry that with pride?
Yeah. For sure. I do. Just knowing the history of LSU wide receivers and knowing the background of it, you guys come have a little pride about that. Just always want to be wide receiver. So we just go out there and give it our all. Do what we know we can do.
Who's the best of the bunch? Not a fair question. I was kidding you. So, was there a wide receiver growing up, Julio, that you patterned yourself after? Was that him, or was that even possible? Because you got to play your own game.
Yeah. I wouldn't say it was no wide receiver that I patterned myself after, but I mean, I would take a lot of things from like Julio, Devontae Adams. Those were my main 2 for sure. Yeah, and everybody used to watch the little college Tavon Austin highlight.
Okay, he played here a couple years ago.
Yeah. So.
And what was amazing about Tavon, in his last year, there were so many guys who were going up to him before the game saying, "Hey, you were my guy."
Yeah.
And it's really quite a striking thing. And the way he played impacted people.
I used to watch that before like all my little league games.
Okay.
Most of my middle school games. It was just I love that video.
I think from talking to you, you expected to be here. You expect to play in the NFL, and you probably known for a couple of years this was, going to happen. Is it still wild to think that it's actually happening?
Yeah, it is. I still be like, I was talking to my mom the other day, and we were just sitting up in there like, I really got drafted in the first round. Just got drafted. We were just sitting up in there talking about that, how crazy that was, and just being from where I'm from, it's not too many or any people who have done that. So it's still kind of wild to me.
Now, how do you turn in? There's a point where that's true.
Yeah.
But then there's a point where, okay, I'm here.
Yeah.
And now I go take advantage of it.
Yeah.
So it's a balance, right?
Mm-hmm. Just try to, even talking about that, just trying to use that as motivation. I'm one of the only ones that ever done it. So I want to set the tone for the younger kids and just motivate them to just like show them like this is something that you can do, even coming from someplace like a small town like Walker, like I did. So I feel like this is something that even the younger kids can do too, just as long as they put their mind to it and stay motivated.
Sorry about that. Obviously, to be a great receiver in this league, so much more than skill, so much more than talent. What is your process right now of trying to learn how to play the position, trying to learn the techniques? Is that your obsession right now? Is that what you're focused on?
Yeah, it has to be. I feel like this in the NFL, everything is just bumped up a notch, and I feel like it's more mental than anything. Just knowing what to do so you can go out there and play fast. Just knowing your technique so you can go out there and do it fast. I feel like the mental aspect of it is everything right now for sure. So just trying to get all the mental things down, just so I can go out there and just react and play fast.
Is that fun for you? Do you enjoy that part of the process of, I guess, figuring out what you have to do to win consistently in this league, meaning win at your position consistently?
Yeah, I mean, you got to enjoy every part of it. It's just a process, so you got to enjoy it. Just enjoy the process. Just if you want to become great, you got to just go through the process. So enjoy it while you go through it.
Tell me about your wide receiver room. How much is you've got veterans in there like Christian Kirk, who know how to work, high level of professionalism.
Yeah.
How much has that helped Brian Thomas?
It's helped me out a lot. Just seeing how they practice, seeing how they go about their day, seeing how they go about things, whether it's in here, outside of here. It's helped me out a lot. I would say they've been a great help to me since I got here. And like I was saying, just mentally, they've helped me a lot. And just like knowing what to do, just talking to them about how they run certain routes with certain coverages and how they see certain things. So they've been a major help for me.
I got you. Last thing we do, we call it the Ozone 5. It's 5 quick, fun questions.
Yeah.
Brian Thomas, what was your last binge watch?
I'm actually doing it right now. Prison Break.
Okay.
Prison Break on Netflix.
Good?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's like guilty pleasure stuff, right?
Yeah, I just started season 2.
Okay, got you. The last song you heard on the way in this morning?
What was the last song I heard? I think it was, what was it? It was NBA Youngboy and Rebels Kick It.
Gotcha. Well, I was going to ask you the best LSU receiver, but you're not going to answer that one. So, best receiver that you've ever seen, the guy you most admire, because that's Julio.
Best, I got to go Julio.
Okay.
Yeah, best that I've ever seen, Julio. Julio or Devontae Adams. They my 1A, 1B.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, when Julio was on, he was unstoppable.
Mm-hmm.
How good could you have been at basketball had you stuck with it? Because everybody in that locker room thinks they're great.
I would say I would have been pretty good for sure. I mean, I was already kind of good. I feel like I'm still kind of good. I can still got it a little bit. Yeah.
Best basketball memory?
Winning state championship my freshman year of high school and getting the MVP.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. Person or people most important to you being here?
You said person or people most important for me?
People who without them, you wouldn't be here.
Oh, my parents for sure.
Gotcha.
Yeah, my parents, no doubt. Just knowing everything, seeing everything they sacrificed for me to be in this point and this position in my life, I gotta say my parents for sure.
Brian Thomas Jr., you have a bright career ahead of you. I appreciate you joining the Ozone podcast this week on a busy week. I look forward to working with you down the road.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
Thanks, buddy.